There's a moment on the healing path when it stops being about ideas and starts being about the body. The symptoms, the fatigue that you feel, the weight in your chest that you can't explain, you know, that pain, that nauseous in your gut, the way that your back tenses for no reason at all, and the panic that arrives at 3 a.m. and wakes you up like a ghost that you never invited into your dream. And in these moments, you start to realize something. Your body knows everything, even what your mind can't remember, even what your mouth has never spoken, even what your soul has been whispering since the very beginning. This is what we're going to get into today, because to become Stellify, we've got to not just look at what affects our thoughts. It lives in our tissues and our cells. It shows up in how we breathe or how we forget to breathe. You know, it shows up on how we sit and how you clench your jaw and how you hold your stomach in without even noticing. For many of us, the body became a battlefield. Maybe we didn't feel safe being in it, so we left. And when soul leaves the body, even just a little, something else will take up residence there. And that's tension, trauma, fear, programs, beliefs, inherited stories. And when they go unacknowledged, they will start to scream, because we've been trained not to hear these screams and these moments through our body. Instead, we are told to push through, you know, be strong, man up. That's a good one, man up. It's all in your head. There's another. Or why don't you just take this pill? But what if your body wasn't broken? What if your symptoms were signals, not something to numb or fix, but something to listen to? Let's try and go a little bit deeper. You know, what if your chronic pain is unreleased grief? What if your digestive issues are unprocessed fear? What if your migraines are a resistance to seeing the truth? What if the chronic fatigue that you have is your soul finally saying, I can't live like this anymore. I've lived like this, and I'm going to be fully on truth and fully on board with you now. I've been living like this again recently. You know, I'm not here to preach. I'm just trying to bring the skills that's helping me through these periods of struggle as well. But going back, you know, there were years I was completely fogged, numb, heavy, didn't know where to go, carrying weight that I didn't even know that I was holding. And it wasn't until I stopped looking for a diagnosis and started listening instead that I can allow for real healing to begin. Because the body never lies. It doesn't trick you. It holds the truth when the world has gaslit it. Your body remembers the parts of your story that your mind has tried to remove. So, no, not all symptoms have a spiritual cause, but all symptoms carry a message. And that's whether they're physical, emotional, ancestral, energetic, or environmental. There's always something worth decoding. We have to listen to our bodies. So, when it happens, when something's happening to you and your body is trying to tell you something, ask some questions, you know. What does this pain want me to know? What's been buried here? And where did I abandon myself? And probably more important, how can I come home? Because if you want to reclaim your soul, you must also reclaim the vessel it chose to walk in. You must come back into the body, even if it's been neglected. Even if it's been neglected. Even if it's been hurt and it's carrying the echoes of other people's pain. Because that is where our power can return. This week, let your symptoms speak to you. Don't rush to silence them. Ask yourself, ask your body, what do you need from me now? And listen, just listen. You might be surprised what answers arise. In the next episode, we're going to decode something that most people probably don't like to touch, and that's the trauma of the family system, the roles that we were trained to play, the lies that we inherited about love, loyalty, and being good. Anyway, for now, let's start with this. Let's start here with the body. That's our first home, and it's going to be our final frontier. And it's the part of us that never stopped trying to tell us the truth as well. It's always speaking to us. So even when no one else was listening, your body is trying to speak.